Alright, what's up, guys? Let me make sure to turn off. Double mic. Hello, hello, test, test. There we go. I had double audio. That was weird. Yeah, there we go. We should be good to go. Let me do a quick test.
Put that coffee.
Alright, cool. Alright, if it's working, what's up, guys? YogiZilla here. This is episode 148, uncut / HD of HorsePLAY Live. I'm apparently doing a solo tonight, so probably gonna be a shorter show. And it's been pretty crazy past few weeks, particularly this week, as we get closer to Extra Life. A lot of preparations have to be done, and once again, I am the lone wolf, the lone amigo, because everybody's got stuff going on. Everybody's busy. Everybody's too busy. I put two in parentheses. But I ain't mad. I understand. Time management is a hard skill to master. Let's see. I'm making sure everything's good. Checking sound levels. Test, test. Yeah, looks good. Alright, well, not really much of a pre-show if it's just me. So I guess we might as well just get started. Looks like I'm recording. And make sure we're streaming just to be safe. Just to be safe. Meow, meow, meow. I don't see the notification here. Oh, there he is. Let me see. Turn my audio up. Hey, my notification didn't show up. That's weird. I got the sound, but not the... Oh, I see why. Cause I don't have it in the front of the overlay. You there, Obi?
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. Alright.
Yeah,
Huh?
I can't pop out chat, dude.
You can't pop out chat.
Yeah, it goes right to a freaking giveaway.
I don't know. But I'm streaming on the main channel, since you were running late. We'll just do it this way. Get started. I'm all
Yeah,
set.
but it's still like pissing me off almost. Like, what the fuck? Like, I go to pop out chat, and it goes right to a giveaway window, and then it says I have to make the giveaway window bigger. Like, I don't understand. Let's see, pop out.
No.
This is
What
twitch.tv/geekantics/chat !pop out. It's not pop out. What do I use?
Yeah, you're doing it natively or through a dashboard?
Google Chrome. I can't get on the dashboard. I have to do it as a viewer. It's like I've always done it.
You have access to MooBot, last I checked. Or not?
Yeah, but it's not through a dashboard. It's through Twitch, and I'm basically just viewing Twitch like I always do. I don't know.
I don't know either. Alright.
But I'm not streaming right now.
Yep.
Because this shit would piss me off, dude.
Well, I'm gonna get started. And, see in a bit. Oh, actually, let me make sure you can hear the music.
You are
Well, it doesn't matter if I can hear the music now.
Well, you still want to do the opening, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Trying to figure out what the fuck.
Did you hear that? Did you hear the music?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Alright, well, here we go.
You are listening to an All Games Radio Network broadcast of allgames.com.
Put that coffee down.
Calling all film fans want to add a little more fun to your podcast diet? Well, why not listen to the 365 Flicks podcast, where the lads from Smallville, UK.
We love to bring you the latest news, our own special brand of meaningless movie nonsense, as well as a bunch of top fives you really won't care about.
I'm Kev.
I'm Chris.
We're pissy.
We're fanboys.
We're having another beer.
We're the 365 Flicks podcast.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, Podomatic, and many, many others.
Also look for us on musingsofageek.com and wickedradionetwork.com.
Sick of listening to all those overpaid movie critics?
Then tune into the 365 Flicks podcast, your vocal heroes of pissy opinion.
Hi, this is Normie from Knuckleballer Radio and Zombie Cast, and you're listening to one of my favorite shows on the Geeky Antics Network. Don't forget to check out the rest of the gang over at geekyantics.net. Warning, there might be rants and food ahead and possibly inappropriate behavior. Don't tell anybody though.
And welcome back, geeks, gamers, ninjas, robots, and whoever else listens to this damn show. It's HorsePLAY Live. Today is Thursday, October 13th. Thursday the 13th? Haha, yeah. 2016, and this is episode 148. Thursday the 13th, and bad fantasy football luck. Not for Obi, though. Obi beat the living shit out of Dragon. I beat the living crap out of his ass. But before we get into all the, I don't have any sound monitors or anything from me because I was running late today and Yogi's streaming the whole thing. So if you can't hear me, say something, blah, 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 blah. But before we get into all that, we're going to introduce the guy, the one, the man. I don't know. Not a good guy. He's not a bad guy. Just kidding. It's one and only, everybody's filthy favorite hardcore casual, Bear Lizard, whoever else you want to call him, the one, the only, Yogizilla. What's up, dude? Good talk.
Oh yeah, it might help if I unmute myself. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Hello. I was like, wait.
So what's up? What's going on with you?
Where do I start? Realizing that if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. That's the recurring theme.
Yeah, that's why I'm not streaming. He's like, yo, Obi, you suck dick. You know, fuck off. Blah, 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 blah. No, I was running late today, so that's why I'm not. So, for all those that are usually popping up on Yogi's channel saying what's up and talking shit about me, you can't do it today.
You know, it'd be cool if someone created a device that allowed for instant communication wirelessly. Like, you could send messages to people, maybe even call them wherever you are. That'd be crazy. Someone needs to get on that.
Yeah, they'd make millions.
I know! Why isn't that a thing?
All I can say is, fuck you. I was trying to be nice about it, say I'm sorry, blah, 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 but you know what? Fuck you. I didn't feel like streaming today, so I told Yogi, or I didn't tell Yogi to fuck off. How's that?
That's a true story.
I was trying to be nice. It's not. Liar. No, I don't know what's wrong with chat though. Like I tried to pop it out again and it's just not popping.
It's not on and popping.
No, it starts out like gets good, and then all of a sudden it goes to a blank screen. Like Google is fighting with Twitch again or some shit like that. I'm so glad I don't stream on Twitch anymore.
It's funny. Now everybody's like, why aren't you guys streaming all the time? You know, I was like, well, we shifted our focus to more fruitful things. We still stream, but it's not the focus of what we're doing. I do plan to get back to streaming, but you know, it's definitely not my focus either. It's fun though, and it is productive, but it could be a time sink if you try to put all your eggs in one basket.
Right. Well, I've got a lot of work to do right now, with the org and everything else that I'm trying to accomplish. You know, not just doing one thing at once. I'm trying to do a couple things at once, which is okay as long as I don't overextend myself. But right now, trying to do on YouTube. I'll tell you offline because it's not it's not exact, or it's not exactly like I can tell you what's going to happen, but it's not done yet, basically. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'll tell you afterwards, though. You'll probably get a little upset after I tell you what I'm getting ready to do and what we're getting ready to get for Top Star. So it's something that I will definitely help grow the organization more. So hopefully it'll work out. You might not be too happy about it, but you know, I'm definitely stoked about it already. Because I get one too, but I can't say too much. I'll type it to you, just because I don't want to put it out there yet. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah,
so much build up.
I know, right, dude?
So speaking of things that people have disappointed on, there's been more response from total strangers about helping us with Extra Life than the people that have been with us since day one. And that's a crying shame. And I don't want to go on a soapbox. I'm not going to preach to anyone. You know, people don't want to be preached to. That's fine. Just, you know, it's interesting. The people that you think you can count on end up being the people that are not fully invested. Go figure.
Yeah. What, did you see the message?
Oh.
But yeah, it's
we are
kind of
too.
exciting to me. Huh?
We are too.
Are we? Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. But no, I heard about it, and somebody's like, dude, you know you get one, right? I'm like, for what? What are you talking about? He goes, if you have an LLC and you're actually, it's a legitimate organization, you get one of these. I was like, really? So, you know, my mind starts to turn in, and I'm like, this couldn't be good.
It's all about positioning. That's how you...
It is. And you got to think
it.
about what we're doing. You got to think about what we're doing with being out on social media a bunch more and being kind of not in the limelight, but in the light. You know, they want to make sure all those guys are happy, of course, because that's going to be, you know, that's income. So hopefully we'll tell you about it, guys. I'm not trying to keep it secret, but if you guys, for all your, I'll say it later. I'll do that when we do shout out.
I was surprised you think that would make me upset, considering it's not something I've been actively pursuing.
Not upset, but like, damn, really? Like, kind of like that? Like, not like, you mother... Not like that, no. You don't get upset like that, but like just out of, you know, just starting it, get the LLC started, and then everything comes up, and then it's like, really, you're getting one of those? Motherfucker. and of course, you know, like,
but
the gangs
after everything we've said, that's just the way it is. It's easier when you're starting off brand new. You know, look at many. I don't gotta say any more or anything else, but yeah.
Well, even if you were to do the same thing and do an LLC, you get one. It's the LLC that's giving it to you, but then you got to think of taxes and stuff too, man. So my taxes aren't going to change. The only thing I have to pay more of is my own Social Security.
Yeah. No, I know how it works. This is my wheelhouse. I get it. This is you know, again, that's something we haven't pursued and people have asked about, but we haven't pursued it because it doesn't create value like people think. It really doesn't.
No, it does, and the only value that I have in it is because I'm not streaming. And if I'm gonna stream, I'm like, I've already set all my stuff up on YouTube, because then it's an extra process that I don't have to. I could go do really good, I could stream something, because it would be WoW, of course. But then I can go and look back and actually crop the video for like an arena or something, or a raid boss. I can crop it and put it right on YouTube, put the title, description, everything right there, and it's already done. So the only thing that I actually have to do is do pictures and just do a thumbnail.
Yeah.
I mean, it just takes out a whole another step.
I feel you.
And they're getting an editing software on YouTube, so you can actually edit your stuff too, which is cut and copy. Because basically, what's editing? Most of it is making sure your shit lines up and it's not, you can actually have the video that you want. It works for me because that's what I'm going for right now. Is just YouTube.
Yeah, just cut out all the parts that bore people because the ADD in the world is too real. But anyway, moving on from boring stuff like that, because that's too much inside baseball. For everyone else, Extra Life, we got a new team member, someone brand new. I want to thank you, Mr. Stone. You know who you are. Thank you for stepping up to the plate when no one else did. I want to thank you personally. The kids, thank you. Thank you. geekyantics.net /extra life. Really simple. Again, you can join the team, and you're not contractually obligated to do anything. Just join for moral support, at least. If you can't do anything else, do that. You can share it. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, if you can donate, even better. Imagine if your kid couldn't get medical support. Or maybe if you hate kids. That's a thing nowadays. You got these hipster vegans, don't ever want to have kids, don't want to get married, want to vape all the time. It's like, yeah, man, kids. Well, what about if you get sick and you don't have the money for it? Would it be nice if people rallied to raise money for a charity that can help you? Well, that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And don't forget the Facebook groups. Keep pimping that out. We have the PC and Xbox One gaming community for Geeky Antics. We get the Fantasy Football and Sports Theory Craft group. Some good stuff going on there. Just look for us. Give us a look-see.
Mm-hmm.
Connect. Be part of the fun. And if you're at Xbox Live, we've been getting a lot more people involved. Creating a safe environment. A fun environment. Where that's what games should be, first and foremost. Even if you're competitive. It should be fun. And if anything is getting in the way of that, then you're doing it wrong. So we're creating a community where people can put together groups, jump right in their favorite game and, just have a good time. Not to deal with all the nuances. So if you're on the preview program at Xbox Live, look for Geeky Antics Network, and you can join the group there. Then you won't have to deal with squeakers that are, like, private messaging you even though you're not their friend, and telling you how trash you are, or asking you, last 30 seconds of the match, they're spamming you, just jump off the roof. Really? Are you on my team or the other team? Really? These young people, man, I don't understand them. It's why would you troll your own team? Do you want to lose? And then they get mad if they lose. Well, stop trolling your own team. Yo, you're trash, son. You're trash, son. Yo, get those skills, me.
All right, please don't do that no more.
Yeah, that's what
you're hurting my head.
Yeah, it hurts my heart.
Every time you play with a squeaker, and I gotta play with them for 5 minutes, I got a fucking instant headache afterwards.
Dude, but
I'm just putting that out there.
You play 1% of the time that we actually play together, and you choose the 1% where there happens to be a squeaker. That's very rare. Usually when we get a squeaker, we leave the party and just create a new group. 99% of the time.
That's what I like. It's to the point where, if you're playing with a squeaker, I don't even want you to message me. I can deal with you. I can deal with almost everybody. It's just there's that one kid that he complains the whole fucking time. Oh my god, we're gonna fucking lose. Oh my god, who gives a fuck if we're gonna lose? You know what? I'm gonna lose on purpose just so you bitch more.
That's what people don't get. Is if you keep complaining. Yeah, see, I I'm old. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like, it's not like, winning these matches is going to make me, a better person or pay my bills. I'm just having a good time. So if someone's complaining that, the team sucks or we're going to lose, then you know what? I don't feel motivated to try hard. In fact, I'll do the opposite. I'll be like, whatever. Easy mode unlocked.
I mean, I've seen you 1v4 clutch like a fucking round. So it's like, yeah, piss him off. That's going to be good to go. Guys, in case you were wondering, the opening and outro for our show, of course, is brought to you royalty-free by Technoax. That's Techno with a K. We'll say it again so you won't forget. Go check him out, technoax.com, for all your awesome royalty-free music. But tonight on the show, we got some quick news before we move into our main segments tonight. Now we're gonna try to get through the segments because we're sorry. I will apologize for both of us. We've had a few weeks where we're just kind of bullshitting, and sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's not, but we will try to get through everything. I said try. I promise. The NFL may be losing viewership, of course, but we're still hyped. I haven't watched an NFL game yet.
Oh my god.
Neither a college game. That's because, like, on Sunday, dude, I'm in here. Saturday, I'm in here. I'm in my office trying to do work that things that I can get ready for the next week.
You haven't even watched highlights?
No, I haven't watched anything. I haven't. Like, I watch. Like, that's why I'm so bad at fantasy football. Is because I don't pay attention to it.
Crazy.
And really, the only team that I watch is Detroit, and they do so damn bad most of 90% of the time. I go first quarter, and then I'm done. Like, I just can't stomach the loss anymore. Now, the last few weeks, they've really come really, really close, but lost by 2 points, and then they beat the living shit out of the team this week. But that's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I mean, I literally gotten rid of Matt Stafford, which probably the biggest mistake, but David Carr is doing good for me, so I've got rid of him just because. But anyway, we're going to also talk about Arrow, The Flash, Arrow, Flash, and of course, other great shows that are back. Sorry, guys. We're going to talk about new and old shows on our radar right now that we're going to watch or we've already watched and we want you to know. And of course, what we've been playing, WWBW and WWBP, what we've been playing, what we've been watching. Did we mention Extra Life, guys? Yep. You should join the cause. Comment, share, donate if you'd like. And you can consider joining our stream team right over at geekyantics.net/Extra Life. Like we said a few minutes ago, it's a really good cause. It's to help kids. If you don't like kids, then fuck you. I don't know what to say. If you want to join, awesome. If you don't, have a good day. But come watch us when we play video games, too. We'll also continue to talk about Rainbow Six Siege and, of course, maybe other games we're going to be playing on Xbox One and PC. There is a huge drop. The beta is dropping tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm sorry, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're listening live, feel free. Come join us in the chat rooms over at allgames.com and, of course, twitch.tv/geekyantics. Better yet, come join us on our new Discord server, guys. The link is in chat. And if you guys don't see it, go ahead and hit !Discord. That is a permanent link, so you guys can get in, no problem. Just let us know, and we'll drag you on down.
Word. True story, yo. Hey, Ford is on.
And, of course, if you guys are new to the show, welcome to the gang. Wait, what's the gang? Geeky Antics Network Global, silly. The gang is what we lovingly call our community here at Geeky Antics. Hashtag Geeks Unite and hashtag Modern Family. The show is about you guys. Yes, you. Yes, you. We do this for you. Not because of you, I guess you could say. The awesome geeks, gamers, and content creators that help give a voice to the little guy. And, of course, other things like, kind of shake things up a little bit, too.
Word.
We get kind of the same thing over and over again gets boring. And then we got some new guy jump in here and go, hey, let's try this. Bam. And then put something on you. And it's just great. So, thanks for all those.
I got to tell you something. I had a heartbreaking moment today. It was a sign of changing times. I was in a group with, it wasn't squeakers, but they weren't necessarily mature either. They were cool. They cool kids, And we're playing some matches, some rounds on Rainbow Six Siege. And I said, well, I gotta get going. I gotta prep for my podcast. And I was asked, what's a podcast?
Well,
I was like, oh my god. And they weren't being facetious. It was like legit. It was like, before video, there was this thing called radio. And shortly after radio, podcast came around. So, yeah. And, people can't even fathom that, like, reading? Listening? What? If there's no eye candy, I can't do it. Where are the pictures? Oh, my lord.
yeah, that's unfortunate sometimes.
It is. So I had to put it into perspective and they understood. It's like, well, it's a Twitch stream or a YouTube video or Vine where you don't have to watch it. You can just listen. Oh, like an audiobook. Yeah, there you go. At least I knew what an audiobook was, There's still some hope.
Well, of course they don't. They know what an audio book is. They don't. Damn, they probably don't read. So I mean, it's it's okay.
Well, even listening to a book is too much because the ADD is so real. Like, if you read an entire 500-page book, it's about maybe 3 to 6 hours in audio format, roughly, depending on the inflection of the voice. If the reader gets into the different voices and characters, different variables,
Right,
but
right.
that's a commitment. I mean, we're living in a world where the sweet spot for a YouTube video is 15 minutes. And people watch 5-second video clips because it's easier than committing to anything. It's nuts.
Yeah, and that's why I've said before, to you, that it's a lot of it is, like with the WoW videos. I don't want to go much over, or even the vlogs. I don't want to go much over 15 minutes because people are like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because you think about 90%. Like I was looking at some of my stuff on my YouTube page, the new one, and people watch for right around 4.5 minutes. Like I have some viewers that I don't know who they are, but I have some viewers that are watching 10, 15 minutes. But the average viewer on any one of my videos on YouTube is like 4.5 minutes, literally, is like the average time, which is fine. I mean, then you could say, hey, let's keep them at 5 minutes and people watch the whole damn thing. Yeah.
I mean, this is the
There's
thing.
really not much you could do in 5 minutes unless it's something specific.
Yeah, and the thing is, people have the power to fast forward, skip around. You could set up a table of content and so people could jump to the highlights. You could do clips of clips. You could do all that stuff, little, highlight reels and all that stuff. But the way I look at it is, do the style that matches the audience you want. Me personally, I don't want the people that, just sample things and are fair weather viewers. I don't want that wide audience. I want the few that are very dedicated and have the patience and the attention and want something different, not what everyone else is doing. So,
right.
Like me, I actually like long plays. When I see a video that's a long play, like 2 hours plus, I'm like, hell yeah. I don't want to have to go through a whole fucking playlist and dick around with that. That's not me. If I want the long form, I want the long form. I don't break it up into a cajillion 5-minute, 15-minute clips. That's stupid. But I understand why people do it, because there's people that don't have any patience, so they're trying to give you little bite-sized pieces. That's the world we live in. But anyway, tell us more about the show, Obi.
HorsePLAY Live is where geeks come to play, and we get in trouble. I'm not going to say some of the time, part of the time, blah, blah, blah. I'm not. We just get in trouble. We have a flagship talk radio show for Geeky Antics Network in collaboration with AllGames.com, Tangent Bound Network, TuneIn Radio, and Stitcher, and of course many more. and Stitcher and Mini. Yeah, you guys know. Our show covers all the aspects of geek culture with a special focus on indie and strategy games, technologies, rants, issues geeks face, and of course community events we try to be a part of or try to put on ourselves. Sometimes we even talk about retro and tabletop gaming and food. Why? Because it's gaming, and who doesn't talk about food?
Food is great.
Did I mention we rant?
Food and music, one of the few things that unites everyone. That and the fact that we all poop. If you don't poop, there might be an issue there.
And if you guys have ever watched our show before and you guys kind of know what we do, like, you know, like, we rarely get through our segments because we rant like we do all the time, which is fine. I don't care. And it's fun. Just because. I know. Yogi, tell everybody a little bit more about the show.
So HorsePLAY Live, as the name insinuates, is live. It's also uncut. Like a lot of horses, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Any horse experts out there could tell us. No pictures, though. Don't get too descriptive. That might be weird. But yeah, creative things can and will happen. And like Obi pointed out, and I'm doing right now, we rant a lot. We go off on tangents. And unlike some shows that say they're live and that they interact, we actually do engage with our audience. You're a big part of it. We try to get people to join us live on shows or interact in the chat or email us or text us or leave us voicemail. So many ways to connect. Then we have the Facebook groups and the forums. I mean, so many ways we can keep the conversation going, and and you could be part of the show. So derailing is all part of the fun. Chances are we're gonna say something offensive, something you may not agree with, and that's great. 'Cause, if we all agree to things, what a boring world this will be. And we also ask that you keep an open mind and have fun with us. After all, this is HorsePLAY. With a name like that, you can only expect 4 things: horses, fairies, bronies, and shenanigans. And we're trying to stick to the latter, the shenanigans part, by the way. Yeah. Yep, that's about it. That's all I got. That's it. For now.
That's it?
That's it.
Like that's all you have.
For now.
Jeez Louise. That means I gotta talk more.
Yep.
Some bitch. Don't forget, nerds. HorsePLAY Live is every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Pacific, and of course 4 a.m. GMT on Twitch channels Geeky Antics, and most of the time simulcasted over on YogiZilla, of course twitch.tv/Geeky Antics. For those that are on mobile or really crappy connection, you guys can go to the YogiZilla channel. Fortunately, you guys can come right here tonight. So, sorry. HorsePLAY Live replay is also available earlier on Thursdays at about 5 p.m. Eastern Time on networks that started the G4 TV, All Games Radio Network / allgames.com. Go check them out, guys. They got all sorts of shows, a whole bunch of different shows. You guys can't find something on there you like, then you just need to stop listening to podcasts because they have everything.
Everything?
Everything. And now it's time for the obligatory news and rants.
Ding! So yeah, we're living. I don't know if we subconsciously decided not to mention this, but one of the big things that came out of TwitchCon was the Amazon Prime members now get Twitch Prime. And as a long-time Amazon Prime member, I was actually part of their original rollout group, and in fact, they offered it to me for free. Fancy.
Yeah, I got it for free too.
Yeah, it's cool. They even gave me all these free invites, and it was kind of like Gmail, like, hey, do you have any of those free Amazon Prime memberships that you can invite me to? Like, yeah, I got you. It was great. It's an exclusive club, and I love Amazon Prime. I'm a big supporter of it, but they rolled out Twitch Prime, and I'm kind of underwhelmed by the perks, because the promise is that you're supposed to get, 1 free channel sub a month. Meh, that doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry, I'm just not as into Twitch as I used to be, and I'm sorry, guys, I still love you, but...
There's people that I actually sub to.
Yeah.
Just to there are some channels that I'm waiting for them to get sub buttons so I can sub. And that 1 free sub it's basically you don't have to pay for it. They pay the the other person.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool because there's always one person I'm like, damn, I wish I could sub to him, but I'm at my max.
Yeah.
Because like as I'm making more money, like I'll right now I only do 2, and then like as I'm going, like it's to me it's $5 a month, $10 a month.
Yeah, and it's helping them
I
out.
just basically I just don't go to Big B anymore. I make coffee at home, and I can afford it. It's one of those things where I forego the every now and then I'll still go to Big B or something like that on a Saturday morning or something like that. But okay, I can make coffee at home. That means I can support people that I believe in, that not necessarily want to do me any favors, but it's the point where I believe in this person that they're going to get big, or these several streamers that I believe they're going to get big. All they need is a chance. Why not support them? It's only $5 a month.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, now that Obi made me look like a total scumbag. It's not
You
that I
are a
don't want to
scumbag.
throw $5 a month. It's just that I just don't get around to watching Twitch anymore because of the data usage charges. Like, Twitch really makes that shit go up fast. So if the choice is between being able to stream myself and keep doing what I do, or supporting the streamers, well, sorry, I'm not going to watch as many channels.
Right.
Especially people that insist on, and I keep saying, stop streaming in freaking high bit rates. Like, hey, look at me, I got 1080p and 60 frames per second. Why? Are you trying to, like, kill your audience? No, don't do that. Because unless you're subbed, the people can't change the quality level.
We're not going to go over this. We've been over this many, many times. Most people, if you don't know this by now and you're a streamer, then you need to be shot. Because I'm going to tell you right now, most people can't watch streams over 720. Because where are most people at? They're not at their computer watching the streams. They're on their cell phones. They're on their tablets. They're on their iPads watching these streams. Yes, iPads and tablets can get up to HD, but 720 is it. If you try to make somebody watch a 1080 stream on their iPad, they're gonna have black bars.
Yeah.
There's no point in it. Oh, I can do it. I know you can, and I really believe you can. But do like the double quality of 720. So then, basically, even if you are have a sub button and people are sub to you, they can still go to source, which is still HD. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah. That's the kind of people that just piss me off more times than not. But what's next? What else we got?
Well, you get the free in-game items too, and again, I checked it, and I didn't see anything in there. It's not very intuitive. I know it's still new, but basically the only thing I got from Twitch Prime is free sub, and you get discounts to video games, which you got already. So it's not really anything new. Hopefully they flesh it out a little bit.
I got the newest hero, the Trinde Whisper win. I got for Hearthstone. I got the card back for what game is this?
Here's a Storm.
Damn it, Hero. Yeah, no. Trinde. I got a card back for Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Overwatch. I got a you get like the free game or whatever of heroes, and then exclusive Twitch boss Ymir skin for Smite.
I might check again because when I was checking it, people were saying about that, and it was acting really funky for me. Like I looked at it like it was like check back later. Like okay. I guess it was.
Yeah,
it must have been buggy the day I checked it.
Here they are. Yeah, the Ymir skin. It's an exclusive Twitch. It's basically he's ice cold. He's basically a giant icicle. And then I got Overwatch free. It's a streamlined. It's the full game. You get it for like a month, and then I got a card back for Heroes of the Storm. So Hey, I was cool with it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
If you don't play any of the games, it's freaking useless as shit. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're just trying to push their partnerships. Those are like their marketing channels and the channel partners or whatever. So it's just cross promotion. It's smart. They'll make it a little more attractive. The potential's there for sure. It's just there's a lot of benefits that I can't really take advantage of it right now. So for me personally, it's like, if you're already paying for it, basically that's something you get Amazon Prime for. But if you're already paying for Amazon Prime, you're like, okay, it might make you take another look at those things. I know that there's a lot of people that don't care about Twitch, especially the older gamers that are more curmudgeon-y than us, and they're like, Twitch Prime, nah, pass. So for them, I wonder, like, there's not really any kind of selling point. We'll see.
well, I mean, yeah, Twitch Prime for me right now, like I don't like I'm kind of like what you are right now. I don't really watch a lot of streams. I think there's a few that when they go online, I go on and say hi, and like there's more Gun and Gamers, Wooly, Little Wooly. There's like a few that I support that I go and say hi to them every time. But after that, I go back to where I watch, back to YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
So what else?
I think it'd be good for some people.
Yeah, it's just not compelling enough. Like, if their goal is to bring more new people into Twitch, it's not gonna happen. But if it's to reward the people that already like Twitch, then they did a great job.
Well, I think it's actually because Twitch is starting to fall apart. Like, with as many streaming platforms, with YouTube, streaming YouTube is getting a lot stronger. Because there are quite a few, I'm not going to say quite a few, I don't know how many exactly, but there are a few gaming organizations that actually use YouTube to Twitch, that they're just gaining traction because those people use them. It's kind of to the point where it's starting to get traction a little bit to, on its way out.
Yeah, Twitch is going to have to really work to reward more of their content creators. We've been saying this for a long time because they're not the only kid in the block. They're not the best platform anymore. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things they don't do, and now they're finally. How long were we talking about them doing a roulette option that lets you randomly, host channels? Now suddenly they have native hosting, and basically made Moobot, kind of useless, or the plugins that we were working on. All the third-party stuff, because they realize, we need to start feeding the people that are not the top 1%, because we need to keep this content steady and keep people in our ecosystem. And the most avid Twitch viewers are usually the broadcasters themselves. So, it might be too little too late. And again, I like Twitch. They have a great team, but it's not hard to duplicate what they're doing and one-up what they're doing. So
I mean, they're not going to sink by any means, but it's going to be a little hit to them until they can rebound from it. I don't know. It's just something that I don't know. For those that love their PlayStation 4 and love Steam will soon support PlayStation 4 controllers natively, which is a big boost because I know for a fact, like I have the Logitech controller for Steam, that I play 2K16, we play Rocket League on, quite a few Steam games that I play, we play on a controller. Now I do have a Steam controller, which is probably going to be a giveaway here shortly, but I don't use it at all, so I use my controller that I have, and I have a PS4 controller over it sitting there collecting dust, and I could use it. But when Steam actually does it, it's going to be beneficial because it's a lot. The PS4 controller is a lot. I don't want to say how it's a lot better than what the Logitech has. Even moving over to making my my wired Xbox One controller, my other Xbox One controller work with my computer. Like that, I'm just so used to. I can't play the games. I can't play basketball on Xbox One controller. I have it. I just can't play basketball on Xbox. Don't know why. It just doesn't work very well.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Throw Sony a little bone. Bob Dylan, who's now age 75. Man, I didn't know he was that old already.
Yes,
We're
he
getting
is.
old. It's crazy.
Oh.
But he received the Nobel Prize in Literature, and he's continuing his never-ending tour of worldwide performances. It's pretty crazy. Man's still kicking, doing his thing. I tell you, see? Age is just a number this is a barrier, a stumbling block that we put up for ourselves. So that's cool to see that kind of thing going on. Oh, back to Sony. Yeah, I don't know if people remember, but that class action lawsuit that Sony was battling against regarding the PS3, they removed the other OS feature because they said it was a security risk or whatever. And honestly, I don't remember it, and I'm sure most people forgot about it. But now apparently you can get some cash if you get in on a class action lawsuit. It's like $9 if you can prove you have a PlayStation Network account, and $55 if you could show proof that you got Linux or some other operating system working on PlayStation 3. So, yep. And we were talking about the Steam support for the PS4 controller. Well, another thing Steam is doing is they're going to have box-free Steam Link coming to select HD TVs. So it's like, smart TVs are going to have it as like an app. I'm wondering about this. I had to look into this further, but are they saying that the TVs are going to have the hardware to emulate, or is it one of those things where... Because Steam Link, from what I understand, is like you have a computer, it streams it, and it does all the processing, and then like you have a thin client, i.e. your TV receiving the data on the other end. So I'm wondering how that's gonna work. But yeah, no little box needed. And then I kind of wonder, like, who's this for? Is this like, are they trying to jump in on the console market? And I also wonder, will this kill the sales of all the indie games that are being ported over to consoles? Late, but better than nothing. I mean, XCOM 2, that's not an indie game, but XCOM 2 got ported over recently to consoles. We had games like Rocket League, Speedrunners, The Escapists, ported over well after the fact. It's like, oh yeah, we played that 5 years ago on PC, but hey, now it's a console. Woo-hoo. Yeah, it's still cool because there's still a ton of gamers that will never hear about these games if it wasn't for the console releases. And they might be PC gamers, but the exposure you get on the console is a whole different level. The stuff that you may miss on PC, and then you see this sale going on a console, and you're like, what's this about? Oh, interesting. And that's how you discover stuff. Because Steam, it's a great marketplace, but sometimes stuff just gets buried in there. And with console, stuff to be said about there being less content, it's easier to find the right stuff, less stuff to sift through. If you ever try to browse through the Steam library, a little overwhelming. Yeah, but that's it for the news. Nothing too big.
It's a lot overwhelming.
Oh yeah, even just free-to-play games on Steam, there's a shit ton of them there. It's crazy. But yeah, that's it for the news. Light news, we promised, and I think it's time to do what's become a tradition for a while now, particularly during football season. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. What? Yeah, I got you, man. Quickie. The quickie for tonight: fantasy football week 6.
Yeah,
I can say that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so a second bye week, bit of a nightmare for everyone. A lot of
I had
big
a
players.
good time.
Yeah, our league's about as competitive as us playing against 6-year-olds in basketball.
It doesn't mean I didn't have a good time. Like I had, like I was all for like I was gonna lose. Like I'm gonna get my ass kicked, and I left Floyd in there again. Son of a bitch. But like I'm excited about it, man. Like that, like hell yeah, dude. I actually came back and whooped his ass.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't know, it started out to where last week I played Black Dragon, and it was just a straight up holy crap. Like really holy crap. It came out to, he started out early on the Thursday night game, and then I made some changes about Friday-ish, and actually I think it was while we were on the show.
Yeah.
And I was making some changes, and I wound up, even though his defense comes strong at the end, I wound up 151 to 125.
How did the defense go? You went with the Patriots, right?
I went with the Patriots. They got me 13. So, but his defense got him almost 24, 23 and a half. So it was, he whispered me, he goes, dude, good game. That's all he said. I was like, you too, man. Sorry about the changes last minute. He goes, hey, that's what fantasy football's all for. So he was a little bit frustrated, I think, because I made those changes and I made them right. But it's, yeah, we'll see. There's a couple other people that I'm getting ready to change out too against Abby this week, so we'll see. Like she still doesn't have anybody in. Like it's, I'm feeling so bad. Like she's losing almost most of her games because she doesn't have a quarterback in.
Oh yeah, my other recommendation to you was the Bills, right? That was the first one I said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they ended up with 23. I should have stuck with my first choice. They ended up with 23. I ended up picking them up.
Did you?
Yeah, because I saw you pick the Patriots, and I said, I'm going to get the Bills. 'Cause I like the matchup. They played San Francisco, which San Francisco's got talent, but was it San Francisco? No, I'm looking at that. Who did they play? No, they played against... can't see. This is not showing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Patriots this week. They're playing against Cincinnati.
Oh, what's that?
Bengals.
Yeah.
And she has the Broncos, so they already played. So we're still at 10 points apiece so far after the Thursday game. But I got some people I'm gonna take out. So.
Oh shit. Well, Phillip Rivers.
This
in. Phillip Rivers had a shitty game. It looks like. Oh damn. All right,
yeah, I gotta get rid of a couple players, but we'll see. Detroit's playing LA they're in Detroit versus the Rams. I gotta put in Marvin Jones because
he's a must start.
What about Floyd? Like I don't know if I want to even keep him in. It's just Floyd's just, I need to get rid of his ass is what I need to do.
Floyd's not a bad player. It's just he's older and he's not used as much.
But he's not getting me any points though. Like he's not getting me nothing.
There's gotta be something else on your bench.
Well, yeah, Marvin Jones is going in for Floyd,
and
then I have Allen Robinson, but they're playing Chicago, so.
Yeah, but it's Allen Robinson.
Yeah, I put him in for a couple weeks, and he was =1 receiver, and he didn't do shit.
Yeah, but I mean, you
and
still play him over Floyd.
Travis Benjamin, I didn't know he was playing. I would have taken. I didn't know that he was playing against Denver, because then I would have taken him out. But I've already got 2 spots open, so we'll see what happens.
Well,
I like the rest of my lineup anyway.
Speaking of Denver, the Falcons finally defeated them, so they're not undefeated this season. And I'm happy because everybody was like, well, the Falcons are only good if they have a favorable matchup. And the only person they got is Julio Jones. And they were so down at Tevin Coleman, Devonta Freeman, this is why experts. You know what? Fuck them in the ass. Like, an expert is just someone who is very adamant about their opinion and makes you believe that they know everything.
I got 2 players from the Falcons. I got Devonta Freeman, and then I got Matt Bryant, the kicker. That kicker's getting me 10-plus points a week. You're doing great, dude.
Yeah.
Like, no lie, like he hasn't been under 10 points.
Falcons,
So,
they're a top team this year. You know, and this is a kind of a reconstruction year too for them because, you know, they've been dealing with some injuries and they lost Roddy White, and I mean Roddy White was kind of sucky anyway. But
my biggest dilemma is, do I keep Derek Carr in?
Yes.
But you gotta look at my other quarterback. Do I keep Derek Carr in versus Kansas City, or do I put in Russell Wilson versus Atlanta?
Russell Wilson has been dinged up. Derek Carr is
a favorable matchup.
I mean, on paper, Russell Wilson is better, perhaps. But for fantasy purposes, Derek Carr is the top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, he's up there with, like, Cam Newton in his peak, Drew Brees, Tom Brady. Surprisingly, you know, there's a few people that, like Aaron Rodgers, not living up to his name. That's a disappointment. Like, it's not terrible, but it's not Aaron Rodgers numbers. So it's like
one quarterback that is living up to his name, which I know Blades was really, really excited last week. Tom Brady is back and with a vengeance. Holy shit. Damn.
Yeah, but like, Rob Gronkowski,
he came back and made that man 40 fucking points, dude. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, blam. There you go.
But
you guys put me on suspension, so I'm going to rock this shit out.
You know, I don't like the guy. I find him smug, and he's too pretty, and that annoys me. He has a punchable face.
But he's a good. It doesn't matter how pretty he is. He's a good fucking quarterback, and you can't deny that.
Oh yeah, like I hate New England fans because they're assholes. They're like Red Sox fans. You know, they're just.
I'm not talking about the fans. They all fucking suck dick. But
so like,
wait, let me change that. Not for all those Patriot fans that was listening to the show. It's not that. It's people don't like him because the dude's winning, and he's got some snide comments that he puts out there, but he's winning. And
they've done some shady stuff on that offense. That's got to be said. He's got talent.
Is that really the quarterback's fault, or is that the ball boy's fault? I mean, we can go.
That wasn't the only thing. They had the spying on other teams, like all that shady shit going on. Like, you know, that's the first thing. They're a scandalous team.
Spying on a team, that's called doing your homework for Sunday.
No. Watching tapes that are public territory is different from planting bugs to be able to listen to what offensive coordinators are saying. That's bullshit and also illegal. And they were caught doing that. People forget about that. Patriots, they're a scandalous team.
Well, again, I'm not really talking about the Patriots itself. I'm talking about the quarterback. Now, if he did have some knowledge of, you know, the balls being deflated a little bit, so he could actually grip it in the cold weather, and they did it too much, and it wasn't between that regulation PSI. Shame on him, but he's already paid for it. So now let the man play. Let him do his thing, like he did last week. Whoever's playing against that, whoever's playing against Blades this week, be ready, because you might get hurt.
Yeah, like I was trying to say, Tom Brady's talented, you know, and one of the things that makes him such a great quarterback is that he's a true field general. He can survey the field on the fly, make adjustments and say, well, this is the route we're supposed to run, but that guy's not open, so who's open? And he'll get it to the person that's open. He doesn't put his receivers in harm's way like a lot of quarterbacks do, the way they try to force plays, and that's how injuries happen. You know, yeah, the receiver might make the catch, but they're getting hit really hard, or they're catching in an awkward position. You know, a good quarterback makes their players look good, and it's a hard job. So Brady, you know, he spreads the ball around, makes everybody look good. And, you know, the Gronk, I don't think he's gonna blow up. I don't think he's gonna blow up this year. Now Martellus Bennett, he's still available in a lot of leagues, a ton of leagues. I think he's got like a 70% availability because people are thinking, oh, Gronk's gonna get the workload. He's gonna be the starter. I don't think Bennett's gonna go away. So just a heads up, you may want to hold on to Bennett to handcuff Gronkowski, or you may want to start him over Gronkowski even, because as much as I love Gronk, now that people know who he is, they're looking to cover him. Hey, Cody Jarrell, thanks for the host, and welcome. How you doing? So what else we got? So yeah, Tom Brady freaking went full tilt last week. That shit was crazy. And poor Cam Newton still hurt. He should be coming back this week. What are the biggest disappointments of the week? We talked about Aaron Rodgers. Matt Forte was contained, but we kind of saw this coming because Bilal Powell has been creeping up on his workload. I still like Matt Forte, but now he's one of those, you know, big bust or big play kind of players. Like, you either get a huge day or poop, and that's the kind of the risk you take.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the risk you take with anybody, really.
There's some players that are always, they have a high floor. They're always going to get you a minimum amount of points, and you can count on them for that. And they're the players that will give you a huge week or give you a donut, and there's very little in between. And so, like, part of the challenge is balancing how many of those different type of players you have. Because you want the high upside, but you also want reliability as well. Like Julio Jones, he's a beast, and I would say he's a must-start. But this week I might actually bench him because last week he got like 4 points. He got hurt again. I don't like the matchup. As much as confidence as I have in the Falcons, I think they'll get other people involved in the offense. Mohamed Sanu, Tevin Coleman, Devonta Freeman, Jacob Tammy even. They got receivers. I think Julio Jones might get the double coverage and it's going to have another bad day. Though he can make those big plays in the heavy coverage. I don't know if it's going to be this week because they're playing against the Seahawks. Though they said the same thing about the Broncos, so we'll see. Cody Jarrell's talking about the new Power Ranger outfits that are terrible. I haven't been keeping up. Yeah. Though I heard they're doing like some kind of DC Power Rangers crossover. That's interesting.
That's gonna be weird, actually.
Yeah, Tyler Claw was telling us about that. We're talking NFL football, but we're about to move on so we don't linger too much. CJ Anderson is another player. Hey, Morgana Freya, thanks for the host. CJ Anderson is another one that's got a split workload situation, so might have some more disappointing weeks, but it's kind of hard to sit him. You know, still a top running back. I'm wondering like who else is better than him. You get your David Johnson, Melvin Gordon. Like who else is short starts at running back? I can't even think of them right now. I'm totally drawing blanks. It's a tough position. Brandon Marshall, we said last week that he's been kind of iffy, but now my confidence is restored, especially with Decker out apparently for the rest of the season for at least a couple weeks more. It's giving him a lot more targets, so go for that. And Randall Cobb finally is catching up on the Packers. He finally realized what team he's on. He's like, oh yeah, I should probably do some work. This increases actually Jordan Nelson's value, and I told some people to drop Randall Cobb in leagues where you have small benches. But if you have the space, you may want to pick him up. I'm still not sold. I think I'd rather start a Sammy Coates over Randall Cobb. Like with Sammy Coates, like everybody's so, caught up with Antonio Brown, trying to keep him bottled up, that Sammy Coates is gonna keep getting the targets, and he can do some plays. So it looks like Big Ben's understanding how to really take advantage of his talent. What else do we got? Maybe some quick sit start, and then we'll move on.
Okay.
Oops.
Damn.
I know that was loud as fuck. My bad, son. You'll be alright. Now, who does SB Nation say? We gotta switch it up. So let me go with Yahoo, so then we go NFL. And take all of this with a grain of salt. They have they broke it up this week into overachievers and underachievers. For overachievers, quarterbacks, they have Alex Smith, Tyrod Taylor, and Marcus Mariota. Marcus Mariota, I don't know if I really trust that one so much. At running backs, they got Giovanni Bernard, which also is still available in a lot of leagues. He looks like a streaming option for this week. I don't know if he'll be week to week, but he is a strong play actually in deeper leagues. He's kind of on par with like a Rhett Blunt, I would say, to be honest. But he has more upside. He has a lot more upside. Very matchup dependent, I would say. They also say Spencer Ware. And yeah, mainly because Jamal Charles is not 100% healthy. But Spencer Ware has also fallen off a bit. They also mentioned Bilal Powell, which you mentioned earlier. And yeah, that makes sense because the snaps between him and Matt Forte are about even now. So why people have him ranked so low is weird. Wide receivers, Jerry McMacklin, Michael Crabtree, definitely agree with both of those. And the Arizona Cardinals, John Brown. John Brown is one I didn't really have on my radar, but I'm gonna start paying attention more. This is more of a matchup dependent thing because the Jets' pass defense is one of the worst this year. I think they're 27th overall. That's pretty bad. Tight ends, they're recommending the Pittsburgh Steelers, Jesse James, especially now that Big Ben's feeling it. He seems to be in his groove finally. Kickers and defense, do we really care about that? They say, for defense, Detroit Lions, because they're playing against the Rams. That's why. Underachievers. You ready for the underachievers? The experts agree with us. They're saying Cam Newton, underachieving. Aaron Rodgers, underachieving. Andrew Luck, I agree. At running back, we have C.J. Anderson. They're saying Melvin Gordon. Interesting. His touchdown rate is unsustainable, and he says that they're saying that the Denver defense is going to step up. Okay, that makes sense. That's a good narrative I get behind. But Melvin Gordon, still one of the better running backs out there. Rhett Blunt is they're saying that his value is lower now because passing offense with Tom Brady back, but he can make catches. Last I checked, and for a change of pace back, why would he? I think he'll still get snaps. I don't really buy that narrative. Julio Jones, they have as the disappointing, underachieving wide receiver. Alshon Jeffrey from the Bears. And Julian Edelman from the Patriots because he's injured. And Brady seems to be favoring other targets. They're also saying that the Kansas City Chiefs defense is going to underachieve this week because of the Raiders matchup. Yeah, I'm benching them this week. Otherwise, I see them as rest of season.
What did they say about the Patriots this week?
For Patriots, you probably don't want to start Julian Edelman.
That's Brady, it? What about their defense?
No, I didn't say anything. With those sit-start things, they usually just pick a few players, like the best and the worst. You know, and they don't really mention the ones in the middle. So.
Right.
Another good one you can look at is Fansided. They have some pretty good sit-start recommendations. But look, you know, again, take it with a grain of salt because everybody's saying Matt Ryan's going to be shut down. And last week, he scored 20 to 30 points in most formats against, if I'm not mistaken, the number one defense out there and an undefeated team, no less. And they won the match. I mean, I don't know what else the Falcons have to do to get confidence. Now, my New York Giants, on the other hand, they're heartbreaking. Eli Manning had like 12 fantasy points, but he started off like the first half, he had like 4 fantasy points. Terrible. He finally showed some life second half, but I don't know if it's hard to say right now. Are they underachieving or just Giants just really bad this year? I think a big part of it is Beckham is kind of playing like he doesn't really want to be there anymore. He's like, I got crazy here. Look at me. I'm fun. But I don't really give a shit. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Like he doesn't like. There was speculations at the beginning of the season when we started the draft, like, oh, Eli's just gonna, you know, all he has to do is have targets, and like he doesn't even have any targets ready. Like Beckham looks like they don't want to play. Like he still gets his points and he still gets whatever, but then every other time, I mean, even interviews and I mean, it's getting to the point where they're either going to trade him or say have a good day.
Yeah, this is a formulation.
Some team will pick him up.
Yeah, they need some new blood. I love Victor Cruz, but he's not doing much right now. So who's left? Rashad Jennings is hurt. And, I mean, everyone else is okay. So they need to get some new blood in there. I'm confident in Eli Manning. I think they have the weapons, but I don't think the drive is there. It's like everybody's kind of like, hey, you know, we've done what we have to do already. Like, what's really the motivation? We already won a Super Bowl not too long ago. It was like, what was it, 4 years ago, 5 years ago they won one? So maybe they're like just resting on their butts like, until the fire gets lit again. So we'll see. But that's it for fantasy. We got time to talk some TV and video games. Yay! We're making good time. You ready?
Yeah.
WWBP, WWBW. What we've been playing, what we've been watching. That's right. The segment that you love and you hate at the same time, because everyone does it. So, in TV and anime. I actually haven't been watching much anime, but there's been a lot of TV, because the fall season's back. I don't know, we shouldn't talk about WWE, because that'll get us off on our rant. But I did like No Mercy. It was a good event. And again, I gotta say, I love the Diva matchups. Though I was sad that Becky Lynch didn't fight. Anything you want to mention real quick about that?
I'm actually going to be doing some more research in the Becky Lynch thing, because there's got to be something like seriously wrong.
They showed her a picture of her in a hospital gown.
Well, but something like yeah, that can be fabricated. But I'm like, it's something to where like there's something seriously wrong with her, or is it just like this is a story? Because like you know how I am, I want to know if it's a story. Yeah, I can keep my mouth closed. I can keep it secret to the let it But like I really want to know like this. That's not. No, like what the hell's going on?
But I like that they turned that around, and the narrative they were spinning is Alexa Bliss still the #1 contender, and I still think she looks really good out there. So
I think she is. I think I mean even if they wanted to, they could do a because then now what's her name's in the mix now. What's her name?
Carmella?
No, Carmella's in a feud with Nikki, but like
Naomi.
Yeah, Naomi.
Yeah.
Like she's like I believe like she's gonna get into it, and then of course like then it'll be basically a fatal 4-way for the championship again.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
It'll be probably a Carmella, Nikki, and then it'll be another Naomi and damn it, who's fighting with it? And Alexa Bliss. Damn. Ooh. DTD.
Well, moving on.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Because we'll have more. We'll get more in depth with this on NSFW, Not Safe for Wrestling podcasts. Get that everywhere you get good podcasts, including geekyganswer.net/podcasts. But I enjoyed it overall. But other TV, Agents of Shield. I'm not fully caught up. Actually, no. I think I am. Yeah. We still got the Ghost Rider thing going on. I'm liking the new director. What do you think? New director, you like him?
No.
You don't trust him yet, do you?
Nope.
Yeah. I think they may have a mole. But then again, that'd be too obvious of a plot, so I think there's something else going on. But they got the whole Daisy thing. She's kind of lost her way, so she's kind of got her side plot. And then we got the Watchdogs, like, who's backing them up? Because they got some toys now. Man, I knew they were going to be, in trouble. All this, social unrest and, the people forming their own militia and all the terrorism stuff. It's kind of like real life, people just taking things in their own hands and getting out of control. They're really exploring those themes, and they're doing a good job. I'm digging it. It's getting crazy. Very political season, if you think about it. A lot of drama there. A little less than action, a lot more about the kind of social, influences in there, so to speak.
Right. Well, I think I lost it. Never mind.
You think Mac needs to pull the stick out of his ass and just get with Yo-Yo already? Yes.
Man up, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into it because we can go for a while on this, especially if I start on it. I haven't watched. I've watched the half of the new one coming out this week. So,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I'm definitely looking forward to what's going to happen with, of course, Mac and Yo-Yo being there. Is he going to be like, hey, might as well hook up, we're here. Or is it going to be something like he's going to go off and take that I just want to be your friend role again, like he did with what's her name?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
By the way,
So
what movie was it? Was it Guardians of the Galaxy where they were showing one of the Infinity Gems and they were teasing like the upcoming plot with Thanos and Infinity Wars? I'm so out of touch with the comics, but I remember vaguely what happened there. There's rumors that, either Disney is going to get the movie rights back from Fox for X-Men and, everything mutants, or they're going to work out some kind of deal like they did with Sony with Spider-Man. So we might see finally less of a limitation there. Though what I'm seeing also with S.H.I.E.L.D., they're kind of diverging a bit from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, it still exists, but every time they mention the stuff that happens in the movies, they're kind of coy about it, and they don't really mention specifics. Like, it's kind of like, well, if you watch the movies, you get the reference. If you don't, you won't really care. It won't really, take away from what's going on. So, I wonder what's going on there. So, we'll see. But Arrow, are you caught up on Arrow?
No.
I only saw the first episode, which was last week, and tonight I think
I did see the first episode, but it was kind of like halved. I think what we need to do with the fall season, like we should wait a couple more weeks, just kind of see how things unfold, and then we can kind of figure out what we can talk about and then not talk about because we don't want to give spoilers or anything. So.
Well, yeah, the only thing to say right now with Arrow, without spoiling anything, is, he's the handsome mayor. Yay, and he really needs a new team. It's kind of pitiful right now. So I mean, that's not really spoiling anything. It was obvious last season.
Yeah, like people were like saying I'm done and whatnot, but there's new spin-offs coming. I don't wanna spoil it. There's of course spoiler pages and all that other shit that you can look at, and I looked. So I don't want to say too much just because I don't want to one piss Yogi off. Two, I don't want to. It's gonna be good. That's all I can say. It's gonna.
Well,
be
they got
good,
the
man.
other show that's coming out, Vixen. I think that's still on. That's gonna have a female lead, so that's gonna be interesting. And I think Felicity Smoke is gonna she's gonna be in all of these shows pretty much. Like she's for some reason she's like the go-to person for the crossovers, so that's kind of neat too. So has she been on Legends of Tomorrow? Yeah, she was. I think so. I don't remember now. Very early on. Now the Flash, that I gotta say, still the better show when you look at Arrow. I haven't caught up on Supergirl. I don't think I started back up yet, and I don't think Legends of Tomorrow started back up yet. But like between Arrow and the Flash, Flash is the better show hands down. This Flashpoint storyline is really cool. Like, I know a lot of people don't like time travel because it gives you a headache, and it seems like a lazy fix, like a narrative device to just make it easier to resolve things. But now with the Flashpoint storyline, you can see they're trying to get away from that because they're really honing in on the fact that if you just keep traveling back to fix things you did wrong, there's always a price to pay. And so I'm gonna say, that's what's been going on, and we're seeing that like at the end of last season, freaking Barry did something, and we're all like, "You idiot! That's so selfish." And now he's paying the price, and shit's pretty awkward right now. And he started living the perfect life, and then he's like, "Yeah, this isn't right. I gotta fix it." And yep, he's gotta live with that. So, man, I'm loving this so far. I can't wait for more. Lucifer, are you caught up on Lucifer?
Nope, I don't even watch it.
Okay. Well, just a quick thing. What's her name? Trisha Helfer, I think her name is. The beautiful blonde from Battlestar Galactica. God, I miss that show. That played one of the Cylons that was like a straight up human, always wearing the beautiful dresses. She's in there. She's kind of doing what she does. Showing off her booty, showing off her assets. It's interesting too because she's playing Lucifer's mom. Ooh, spoiler. And then like everybody's attracted to her, and I think he's awkwardly attracted to her, but he's like, "No, it's because you're in a beautiful human body, and I can't look at you like that because you're my mom." This show is just fun. It's just like he keeps letting people know, like he's being honest. Like, yeah, I'm the devil. I'm Lucifer. My job is punishment. I'd be like, haha, Lucifer, you're such a hoot. The way you joke. Like, no, I'm being serious.
I'm gonna watch you burn in hell later in life. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the whole shtick would get old, but it's still enjoyable, man. They got a great cast. I love Rachel Harris as the psychiatrist, and she's the cutie, little short, cute thing with the little raspy voice. That's right, Rachel. Look me up, yo. Okay. A newer show that I don't think I mentioned yet, Van Helsing. I'm loving this, but I don't know why they went with this name.
Watch that. I am gonna watch that. So I am.
Oh, you are? Okay. I don't know if this will turn you on to or turn you off, but I mean, Sci-Fi has been killing it with their shows. Like every show they've had past couple of years, past 3 years really, has been on point as far as I'm concerned. Outside of the reality television stuff, because I could take that or leave it. Now, the name is kind of misleading because you would expect it to be like the movies, more kind of fantasy, Monster of the Week kind of thing. But really, for me, and this may not be doing it justice, but it's The Walking Dead but for vampire fans.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I can say. But I'm digging it though. It's really cool the way they're doing it. And I thought I would be vampired out because I'm also watching The Strain. But the way they handle their kind of different spin on the vampire story, it works. Because The Strain is a lot more... It takes more of a viral approach to vampirism. It's kind of gross too, because if you become a vampire, you have these little tiny worms inside of you. Ugh. And you know, if you kill a vampire and the worms squirt out and you happen to let one get on you and don't shake it off, it could burrow into you. Ugh. It's pretty nasty. So I still love The Strain, but Van Helsing is a breath of fresh air. Even though it's something we've kind of seen before, you know, I'm pleasantly surprised. And you know, there was something I was waiting to start up, and I'm glad I waited for it. For some honorable mentions, some folks have been recommending The Exorcist, which I'll probably watch, but I am not gonna get too into because it's a Fox show, and we know what's gonna happen there because they love canceling shit. Halt and Catch Fire, I've heard good things, especially from Matt Bradford over from VGO and Zombie Cast. He says basically it's Silicon Valley, but like more serious. It takes place in the fictional world where another company comes around in the 70s or 80s to compete with IBM, and all the stuff that happens there. So it looks pretty cool. And it's only up to season 3, so if you like that techie kind of stuff, like Mr. Robot or Silicon Valley, this looks like a good alternative to those shows. There's another one I wanted to mention. What else is out? I mean, there's a lot of good TV there now. Oh, Designated Survivor. I already talked about it before. Did you happen to catch that yet, Obi? No? Okay. Okay. So let's move on to movies. Just real quick, my list of movies that I didn't talk about yet. Oh yeah, Obi, did you get to watch Designated Survivor yet?
No, I had not. It's like I said, I'm not. 99% of my time is org, so I'm trying to keep up with that more than anything.
I gotcha. Well, movie-wise, Star Trek Beyond, Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows, Ghostbusters, Suicide Squad, The Neighbor, and John Wick. You want to talk about any of these in particular?
No.
All right. Well, I'll just go through them real quick. Star Trek Beyond. If you're not sold on any Star Trek movies, I think this might be the one, especially if you're like a classic Star Trek kind of guy. This is actually a movie I could watch and rewatch. It's that good. It's really fun. Unlike some of these other movies. Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan. Maybe not as big as Tiger Claw. Like, he's obsessed with it. Which is interesting. He complains that he doesn't like WWE because it's fake. But he's into Ninja Turtles. Right. And then he's like, well, I don't like WWE because it's a soap opera for men. And like, well, Ninja Turtles got a lot of soapy elements too. Like, Megan Fox, why is she there? She's a terrible April O'Neil. And what's she there? What's she there for? Because she's eye candy? Or because she's a romantic interest? Whoop-de-doo. Like, I really enjoyed the movie.
Megan Fox is still considered eye candy?
Yeah, I mean, she's not ugly.
She's not eye candy either.
She's pretty. I'm not gonna lie, she's pretty. I wouldn't consider her like the hottest girl in Hollywood. But I mean, you know, who would have let her touch the pee-pee? I don't think very many people would turn it down. If they really be honest with themselves.
Oh, I'm not saying all that, bro. I'm not saying nothing about not letting her touch the pee-pee.
She was overrated though. Like, for a while, everybody was like, "Jesus, I'll drink her bathwater." It's like, Jesus.
Really?
People just went a little too overboard. Like Julia Roberts, like people are saying she's the most beautiful woman in Hollywood. It's like, what? You look at the same person? She's not bad, but damn. Anyway, moving on from that. They kind of, it seemed like a lot of stuff they did here, they were kind of checking off boxes. I mean, Krang was cool. I like Bebop and Rocksteady. They were pretty funny. But Tyler Perry as Baxter Stockman, I feel like they just said, we need a black person in this movie. Is Tyler Perry available? He's black, right? He could be Baxter Stockman. And not because he's black, he's just a bad Baxter Stockman. Like, and of course, people will listen and be like, that's racist. No, he was just bad. This is just some bad casting. He could have been Puerto Rican. I wouldn't care because he was still bad. You know? It just didn't work.
Yeah, just didn't work.
So, fun flick in spite of all those things. They're fun movies. They're like Pirates of the Caribbean. You don't expect too much, but you enjoy it for the romp that it is. Ghostbusters. Better than I thought it would be, but still pretty terrible. It just didn't have any soul. Like, it didn't have the soul of the original. And I don't get all the hate for Ghostbusters 2, because I still say Ghostbusters 2 is better than this remake or reboot, whatever they want to call it. I mean, even the cameos.
You watched the girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I need to find somewhere where I can actually.
It's worth watching. It's worth watching. It's not terrible, but it's not like I like Ghostbusters 1 and 2 better than this, hands down. And I've rewatched those movies recently, still enjoyed them. It just felt really forced. You know, I like the casting they did was good, but I also felt like they didn't really have that chemistry. Like, it just felt very artificial. You know what I mean? Like when you watch something, it's really hard to suspend that disbelief when it just seems like they're just doing it by the numbers. I don't know. I have to rewatch it and see.
Yeah, I
but
hear you. I'll have to, like I said, I'll have to watch it and actually just form an opinion and have it for you next week. I didn't know you could. I'm trying to make sure I get it the right way, because.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It also has Chris Hemsworth.
That shit scared me when it happened. I was like, what?
Oh. Yeah, but Chris Hemsworth, Thor, is in there.
Yeah.
And he plays like a very ditzy dude. And like, it's supposed to be comic relief, but to me it was kind of annoying. But, they were trying to recapture some of the stuff, like the girl, Kristen Wiig was pretty much supposed to be like Peter Venkman and kind of be a womanizer, except she liked men. So she was like all like, yeah, sit on my lap. Let me touch those buns. She was just kind of being like that. They tried. A for effort. Suicide Squad. For me, it was all about, what's her name? Robbie Margot. They played Harley Quinn. She was also on The Wolf on Wall Street and some other stuff. Oh, I like her a lot. Even though she's skinnier than I like women, but she's just, the way she carries herself, she plays her parts well. Got a pretty face. I'm a sucker. Man, they were really going with the behind-the-back shots for Harley Quinn. I mean, there was so much ass cleavage in this movie. And you knew they were like, let's put as many behind-the-back shots as we can, because this is going to save it. Her running around in her heels. The plot of the movie was okay. It was fun, but you kind of looked at it and you're like, this is not a very likely team. And I guess I kind of buy it, but like, what kind of assignments can it really take on? Because none of them really have superpowers, and what kind of threats are they gonna take? They're too strong to take on run-of-the-mill villains, but can they really take on a villain with like superpowers, magic, and I don't know. So there's potential there. I like the way they filmed it, the kind of crazy comic book style frames and all that stuff. I gotta say, I really wasn't that much of a fan of Jared Leto as the Joker. He was more like a green-haired pimp than the Joker I've come to know.
Damn it. I'm getting pissed off because you're telling me everything that I want to know when I watch it.
This might. That's all. Have you seen John Wick?
Your opinion, I know you.
Yeah, just my opinion.
No.
That's pretty. not really much to spoil. It's your revenge flick kind of formula, and Keanu Reeves being who he is, you know, just hey, I know kung fu. But they got John Wick 2 coming out, so this will be interesting. There is a scene, I'm gonna warn you, in John Wick. There's a scene that if you're an animal lover, might leave you a little unsettled, and that's all I say. So brace yourself for that. But it also makes the rest of the movie that much more satisfying. In typical revenge flick format, you're like, oh, what an asshole! He's gotta go down, and then revenge. That's what makes him work. Like Hostel. Hostel's pretty good about that. You know, they torture all the people they capture, and then that one tourist gets away and fucks them all up, and you're like, yeah, suck it. Last one is The Neighbor with our friend from Zombie Cast. She was on Zombie Cast a couple times. Alex Esso. She was also on Starry Eyes and some other flicks. And I gotta say, after seeing The Neighbor, another great revenge flick, I want to see everything else she's in, because she really makes the movies. I like her. So shout out to you, Alex, if you happen to be listening. Hey. Alright, so we got time to talk video games. Unless you have any movies or TV shows you want to talk about real quick.
No, like I said, everything that I do right now is concentrated on doing a few things here and there, and then if I can get in there, like me and my wife are watching so far this season. We're watching Arrow. We're watching what movie was that? I'm watching the new season of The Voice. There's two ladies in there now. There's Miley Cyrus and who was the other one? Damn.
I couldn't tell you.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Somebody's gonna say something. But
Jennifer Lopez.
No. This Girl's on Fire is her song.
I know. Is Alicia Keys still on there?
Yeah. Alicia Keys, and then it's actually damn, what's her name? Miley Cyrus. So it's against the two guys, you know. So, but they all got strong teams. The first rounds are all done up and ready to go. So like they got their teams set and they're ready to do battle rounds and stuff like that. So it's getting pretty cool.
I might check it out.
And that's really all I got time, because I can watch it on the go.
Yeah.
Only reason.
You don't have to really pay attention that much. I gotta say, Alicia Keys, I used to think she was really cute, but she did not age well. And that head garment she wears, not flattering at all. I mean, not that I'm one to judge, but you know. And she went from being like a 10 to being a...
Easy.
I don't know.
Careful.
It's like, what happened? I'm just being honest, you know.
Just be careful.
Be careful. She might be listening. I still love Alicia.
No, I'm listening. I love Alicia Keys.
Oh, yeah. She's
Talk
great.
shit about Alicia Keys. Now you just said she's not, you dirty bastard.
She's talented. She's still talented. She just... I don't know. I don't know what happened to her. I hope she's okay. Like, she looks like someone that's been going through some real bad struggles. Like, it's like, damn, she's looking rough. So I just, you know, I'm worried about her. That's all. We all let ourselves go, so it happens.
Jesus Christ. What do we got next?
It's her time now.
Defiant.
It's video
What
games.
is this bullshit?
What's what? What's what bullshit?
Like he's...
What?
Look where my cursor's at on the thing.
What?
What's this?
What's what?
Yeah, you know you can see this.
I don't know. What are you trying to show me? Are you trying to show me a dick pic or something?
No, it's on the show notes.
I don't see your cursor right now. I moved
Click-
on to video
click it.
games.
Yeah, I don't. What's this Defiance?
That's a show.
Yeah, but what's this? That's the name of the family?
Oh my god, you just caught on to that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Defiance, there's a family called the Tar family. That's why I used to always laugh. I used to say, Obi, man, your family's full of bunch of dicks. Now you caught on, that's what I was saying it?
I just caught on to that.
Wow!
Yeah. You're a fucking ass.
Every time I talk about Defiant, I said, man, the Tar fam, those Tars, man, they're assholes, including that Obi. Yeah, because they're like the most notorious. That's another show I love watching.
I was ready to come down to Georgia and whoop your ass. It's like, damn, he's just calling my whole family out. What the fuck?
Dude, yeah. You like it, man. Like, what's his face's daughter? Jamie Murray. She's in there. She's one of the Tars. She's the mother.
I'll watch it.
And she's so bad that it's good. Like, you shouldn't like her, but it's like, damn, she's handling business. Like, they're basically get mafiosos, but aliens. It's cool, man. Defiance is such a good show. I really hope they find a way to bring that back. It's just, I guess the budget was too much for the show. I mean, that show had a lot of production value, man. So good. But anyway, video games. Getting back into, like I said before, started with Battlefront and Overwatch and Battlefield 4. But can you guess what I've been playing the most, Obi?
Bet you're gonna tell me.
I'll give you a hint. It's not Gears 4. Oh, did I mention?
Don't know.
Did I mention that Battlefield 1? You get to play as a pigeon in one of the parts for the campaign.
What?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Wow.
And I was watching the footage. It's actually like a tearjerker kind of sequence. It's like a lot of feels. That campaign is gonna be pretty awesome. Do they have something with their faces? All the characters look like they're wearing wax masks or something. It's weird. Still a beautiful, really beautiful game. But that art style, something about those models they use, they look really creepy. Like, no, don't get close to me. Your face is funny. No! Give me the bum touch. No, keep the bum hand away. Don't like it. No one goes down. I'm looking forward to Ghost Recon Wildlands. I'm going to throw that out there too. But that's next year, so. So yeah, the game I've been playing.
I'm looking forward to Ghost Recon. Yes. Oh. And I'll probably be getting that on Xbox.
Ooh. Now we're talking.
Yeah, that's one of those games where it's like it's back to an old school feel. We're actually we'll let it come out.
Well, I haven't given up on a Division.
I
just need to get with the Division. I need to get the DLC content, and then I'll be hitting that shit hard. I still do like that game a lot, and there's a lot of people in our community that have been wanting to play that with groups. But the only problem I have with the Division is that you can only have 4 people in your group. So, yeah, Rainbow Six Siege only lets you have 5, but that's still one extra person that can roll with you. You have 4, you have to be really selective, and a lot of people get left out. So, they need to have some big group activities on there, kind of like how every other MMO has, So yeah, the game I've been playing, which is our feature discussion to wrap the night up with, is this is the official part 2 of our feature discussion, hitting Rainbow Six Siege hard, and Xbox community gaming.
Hitting it hard.
We're hitting it hard.
You're a dirty bastard.
In this game, man, the more I play, the more I love it, man. And the people keep asking me, like, hey, Yogi, are you planning to get this? Like, even if I had the money, like, I really don't have much interest to get anything right now. Like, I see people playing Gears War 4, and I love Gears. But for the first time in a long time, I really don't care about anything that's coming out. Like, I'm like, yo, I got plenty of games to play. Why buy anything so I can just sit on the shelf?
I'm kind of waiting for Gears of War because I'm waiting to see if that's actually going to be a game that that with everything that I have, I'll potentially grow into. But I'm kind of waiting on to see how people like it, and I'm talking like the competitive side of it.
Yeah.
Like I'm still playing. Like I play a lot of like city builders, like on my tablet when I'm on Twitter with Top Star or something, and I'm just watching it. I'll play city builders and stuff like that. I'm not really playing a lot of games. I'm playing 2K16, NBA 2K16, of course, on PC. Lots of Rocket League, lots of WoW. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah. We just got 7 out of 7 for normal rating. If you guys want to see those videos, go to my channel. TSC Obi-Wan Kenobi, space between Obi-Wan and Kenobi.
Have you played any Siege since we last played together?
Nope.
We should play some Siege and Overwatch this week.
You know, that's one of those games that I played just because friends have it. I knew we were gonna play it. I thought more people would be playing it still, but that's why I got that bundle, was because I knew we were gonna play it.
Dude,
I should have never invested in fucking Division though.
Again,
I'd say that was $60 worth of waste.
No, I just finished saying, Obi, you're like in another planet. I gotta say, we have. Oh, have you been put this in the Facebook group? There's tons of people that want to play Division. You just gotta plug in. That's the thing.
I don't want to plug in.
Alright, don't plug in. But it's your fault that you're not getting your money's worth, because there's people playing it. I'm not playing it right now because I want to play the new content. I'm spoiled. I want to, if I go back to it, I want to hit it hard.
I got brand new Blizzard content, so then I'm raiding, and then I have another character I need to, I just got to 110, so I got to do all the initial 110 stuff with him, and I know how to maximize my time now because I've done it already. So it's like I'm just frantically doing that, and then, we're starting heroic modes, and there's always new content, but we're still going to make time to go play the old games.
Word. Yeah, because pretty much any time now, between our Xbox Club and Facebook groups, I log on, and usually after 20-30 minutes, we have a full group, so we might just play a quick round, and then everybody's like, hey, can I join? Invite me. And then we got a full party.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually how it works out. And we're thinning out the herd. No offense to the little kids out there, but it's for grown folks, because no one has time for the screaming and playing music in the background, chewing in the microphone. I mean, we don't need to tell you that's annoying. Like I had one kid tell me, "Well, Yogi, why are you in game chat, not party chat? Because you're playing music." Well, you should have said something. Well, you should have had common sense. And why do I have to come off like the asshole? I have to tell you something about it. I'm in a ranked match. I'm getting old. I can't multitask. People start, talking about random shit while it's a freaking intense moment. 3v1. I'm the last one alive. And you're like, yeah, I got this fungus. I don't know what to do about it. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I get frustrated when they know, like, they're playing with us, and then they sit there and two of them will have a conversation, like, guys, we're still alive. Oh, sorry. But then, yeah, and then they'll keep talking like, dude, guys, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
and that's why probably nobody likes me in your group, because when you're fucking dead, shut the hell up, dude. Watch the cameras and tell us if you see anybody. That's your job.
Like, I don't mind conversation, that's the whole point of it, but, like, have some sense when it's down to, like, the last 2 or 3 people, then you start, like, quieting down, like, otherwise don't come into ranked,
And yeah, I do want to apologize, first off, though. I do want to apologize. My mouth is a little bit exciting tonight. So if I say anything,
Your mouth is exciting.
My mouth is excited tonight, so I'm a little potty mouth. I probably owe about $4 worth in the swear jar.
Oh man,
by
you
now,
you
but-
were rough on that kid the other day. Holy Hannah, he wasn't even being bad. It was just because his voice sounded squeaky. You were like, you totally shit on him. I was like, damn.
Dude, I couldn't do it anymore. I was trying to be nice and trying to,
Yeah, but you took it out on someone that had nothing to do with anything. You handled that really shitty. Like, you went down to the squeaker level in maturity there.
it'll be all right.
You could have just been like, no offense, and I've been dealing with a lot of squeakers. I know you have no control over your voice, but I'd rather not deal with that right now. But you were just like, no, fuck off. And like, damn. Like,
didn't
if
say
I was a
fuck off.
parent and I heard some grown folk talking to my kid like that, I'd freaking take a shit out of them through the microphone.
You shouldn't let your kid play that fucking game
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
when he ain't old enough to play it in the first place.
But we gotta be the change we want to see in the world. Like, the
Nope,
whole reason
the
we don't like
parents have to
squeakers
be
is because
the
they have no
change.
respect and they don't watch the language.
Mother truckers. No, the parents have to be. The parents have to change at some point.
Yeah, but you
You
can't.
gotta stop letting video games, raise your kids.
Yeah, but
you
you
really-
can't be shitty
I don't wanna
towards the
play.
kids and then be mad at the kids being shitty. You know what I mean? That's the double standard.
Well, I'm just full of double standards then.
Yeah. Like right then and there, all you needed was a squeaky
Dick.
voice, and you would have been a squeaker, hands down. Because to me, it's not the squeaky voice that bothers, the attitudes and sense of entitlement and the lack of respect.
Yeah, it's more or less that. I mean, I can deal with somebody that has a squeaky voice. You got to remember Pig, the burnt pig. We used to hang around him a lot. He had a little squeaky voice, but like he was respectful. He wasn't going and sitting there screaming at the top of his lungs because he missed a shot.
Yeah.
Like I can't handle that no more, bro.
Yeah,
Like
that's
if we miss a shot and we die, we're like, God damn fuck, and then but we're the depth in our voice is we know not to scream in the mic. I mean, it's just that kind of thing. I don't mind playing with squeakers, okay? And for all those that are inviting me on Discord, say who you are when you invite me as a friend. Say who you are. Say, hey, I saw you on the show, or I'm part of this, or this, or this, because I won't accept it. I'm on a roll now, goddammit. It's on.
Mhm. So, back to Rainbow Six Siege.
Back to Siege.
There's a thing that people say that you shouldn't put laser pointers on weapons. I disagree. There are times you want laser pointers, especially in situations, especially with your playstyle. If you run around a lot, you tend to go in hot, which puts you in a situation where you don't have time to aim down sights. You want to do hip fire. The laser pointers are important. Now, if you like to camp a lot, you want to be stealthy, then maybe you don't want the laser pointer. But the reality is, in the heat of the battle, people are not noticing those laser pointers. I very rarely notice them because you're not gonna keep staring and analyzing every pixel. Because if you're doing that, you're getting tunnel vision and you're gonna get flanked.
Well,
So,
I've actually seen, the laser pointer, like the laser pointer come around the corner, and that's how I've killed somebody. I mean, that's just me though.
That's rare though. Usually, like on defense, you'll notice it. On offense, not as much. And usually, I find I really feel like your friendly lasers are more visible than enemy lasers. It's just like when you look at Capcan's traps. For friendlies, that is very visible, but for enemies, they can barely see that shit. They have to really stare at the lasers to see it.
Right.
You know? Or listen for that humming sound. So, I think ultimately, when it comes to customizing your weapons, go with what the kit you like. Like with the angled grip or the vertical grip, they're both really good. If you tend to do sustained fire, you probably want the vertical grip over the angled grip. But if you notice that, even though you have fast reaction, people are always getting the shot off first. The angle grip might be better to give you that split second faster of shooting at someone, aiming down sights. I think the angled grip is also better for the faster people like Ash or IQ, the light armor folks, because those are the people that usually want to start strafing with and running around with because they got that speed. Whereas someone with like heavy armor, you're usually gonna like peek around corners and stay aimed down sight. You probably want the vertical grip better, so you have the more reliability. It's all playstyle though. It's fun just experimenting with different kits. Like even with like IQ has 3 really good guns, and they're all good. The AUG, the Commando.
Just the rest of her kit sucks.
Hell no.
Me it does. I'm just basically saving up when I do play. Like I'm saving up for one of the 25,000 renowned guys.
Yeah, you got your Buck, Frost, Caveira, Capital, Blackbeard, and Valkyrie. And the new ones that are coming out, I think next week actually. Not official, but I have a hunch. We'll just leave it there.
He has a hunch.
Yeah. And they're gonna be Japanese operators. So one of them's gonna have a katana. That's racist. What? Or shurikens. That's gonna be fun.
This all Yogi, guys. He's saying all that.
No, they are gonna be Japanese. Hey, look, at least I didn't say they were kamikaze fighters and blow themselves up. Yeah, that would be wrong, but I didn't say that.
Okay.
So, just a quick review of what they've been doing. So they have a team of 80 people dedicated. They have 4 seasons per year. Each season's 2.5 months to 3 months, basically a quarter. And they come out with new content each time. But that's not the only time when they update the game. They're constantly tweaking the ranked, because that's still in beta, fixing matchmaking, fine-tuning the AI, nerfing and buffing weapons. Even the operators, they fix their kit. Like Pulse's range on his stupid little TV, they increased it briefly, then they nerfed it again. But he's still super annoying, because what people do with Pulse now, they just wait by a door, and when they see you're coming, they just shoot through the door before you even know he's there. Pain in the ass.
Well, that's how I play Pulse.
He's such a dick. Such a dick character. That's like when people have Pulse, they're in tryhard mode. It's like, cause they're gonna probably run out and kill you. Like, they go outside of their base, and even though they get exposed when they do that, when you're on defense, you're not supposed to go outside your base. Because it marks you on the map. People still do it. Like, they just rush you and try to get as many kills as possible and run back in. Oh, there's so much to that today. But I guess, it's realistic, so something you gotta pay attention to, just like spawn killing. Be careful what route you take towards the buildings, because they might be shooting out of a window.
True. True that.
But, you got the operators like Buck, who's got the little... He gets a shotgun option on all of his weapons. So he can pop into shotgun anytime. That's pretty dope for checking those corners, close combat. Frost, I'm really loving. She's got the welcome mats. I call them bear traps all the time, which can't be identified as electronics or disabled by electronics people like Twitch, IQ, EMP, none of that. So those are great because they're mechanical, and they, if you put them in the right place, you catch people. It won't kill them, but it'll trap them. If a teammate doesn't free them from the trap, they'll die. They'll just bleed out. It's pretty cool. And you'll hear them screaming like, "Ugh."
Yeah, there's, like I said, if you get a group that is gonna play, and then that's not gonna be like, I'm fine with playing around and joking and fucking around. But if you get a group that is going to do good, I want to get up and rank to see actually how much better these kids are up at the higher ranks. Because really,
Well,
I win a game, I get a rank. Basically, I'm at that point. Like,
yeah.
and
I'm gold right now. I'm close to
I
platinum.
think I'm gold 1 with 1
Nice.
star. So it's I just need more wins in a row. You know, because that's what's gonna win. That's what it's gonna win. Everything is wins in a row.
But you
so,
don't lose as much if you lose against a really good team. So like they got that worked out where it's kind of like the skill gap is taken into account. Like if you have a bunch of silvers or bronzes or coppers or whatever, you know, then they factor that in so you don't get penalized for that.
But if you win, do you get a whole fuck ton?
I really don't know the exact formula, but it seems like it's based upon the difference in the skill levels, the average skill level between the teams. That's what moves the needle. So if you lose against a really tough team, you don't lose that much. But if you win against a really tough team, you do gain a lot. Yes. That's what I've noticed so far. Which I think is the best way to approach it anyway.
True.
Yeah, like I love all the different playstyles. Like Caveira, she's got the whole stealth thing. Like she's got this spammable ability that she stealth walks, and she's got this handgun that's non-lethal. It won't kill a person; it'll just down them. But it's only really effective at close range. So you got to get close to people, which is why she has the stealth walk, and she can't really be heard when she's doing it. It's like she makes a very faint sound. You have to like really sound hard to hear it. And if she downs someone, or if someone's down, she can interrogate them. And a lot of people didn't know this. Like I ran into so many people and like they're playing Caveira, and I'm like, hey, interrogate them. It's like, what? You could do that? Like, how'd you do that? Like, yeah, you just press X, hold X when you're next to a down person. You interrogate them. It gives you the option. The more you know. Capital's got the crossbow. He can shoot smoke or fire. That's really good for zoning. And that freaking fire and smoke lasts a while. Blackbeard with the freaking stupid face shield. What an annoying asshole when he's shooting out windows or like crawling into a space and you can't get an angle on him. Like everything's bouncing off the shield. Now they nerfed it. It takes like 5 shots to destroy his shield, but he can just put a backup shield in. Usually by then he's already killed a couple of people, you know. And then Valkyrie with her freaking cameras or black eyes that she could put anywhere. They got a really good stable of operators. Like it's every round I'm finding it's so hard for me to choose an operator because even though I have favorites, I enjoy playing all of them really.
It'd be something like we need this combo, we need blitz, we need and then call it off and be like, all right, I'll play this guy, or I'll play this guy, I'll play this guy, and you just make an actual what's the word I'm looking for? A composition. Yeah, and say the composition is this. Here's the composition for this map. Who wants to play the blah blah blah, and then just go as it. Play as many as you can to get comfortable with them.
Yes.
Or get good with them, and then basically you go into the team comp and you could say, hey, we need blitz on it. Well, I'm fairly good at blitz, so I'd be like, hey, I'll play him. When like if you had to play him, you might not do as good. It's something to where it's a shield. Which I'm that kind of person anyway. I'll be up front, flashing people, killing them with a silenced pistol.
Yeah, blitz is fun. The thing is though, that is something that happens. People tend to have their favorites, and they usually stick to those 1 or 2 characters rather than looking at what the team needs. That happens a lot in the pugs. Whether you play ranked or casual, people just auto lock whatever they feel like playing, rather than thinking about what position are we gonna hold, what position we're gonna attack, and what's our team comp. They don't really think about those things. So like a lot of times, I end up being the one playing Thermite because everybody wants a Thermite, but no one wants to play him, which I don't get because he has a really good gun. Like he has probably one of the best guns out there. Like a lot of stopping power, great range and very little recoil. Like it's like good across the board. So I don't know, but and he has the option of going with he doesn't have breaching charges anymore because he's got the thermite, but he doesn't have regular breaching charges. He has either the claymore or I think stun grenade, which are useful, or is it smoke? Probably smoke. I think it's smoke, which perfect for someone that's breaching. Make a hole, smoke, get in there, take position, wait for the smoke to clear, bang, 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 bang. Or you can just blind fire into the smoke. That's fun too. So you get lucky.
True.
And you get a shot off, you get a kill off like that, or you at least get a hit marker, and you're like, I think I know where they are. Or you could do what I do and just pop smoke and make them think you're going through there, and then go to a whole different direction, and they're just staring in that wall like they're coming. Okay.
The funny thing is they can hear you the whole time, but they have no idea where you're at because you're running around everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even though the sound engineer is really good, like, even with surround sound, it's really hard to know where they're coming from until they get really close. Because a lot of the way the levels are set up, there's acoustics that fuck with you. Like, if you're in a stairwell, for example, sometimes it's a little difficult to tell if they're coming from upstairs or downstairs. So you're, like, looking up, you're looking down, you're like, well, do I run this corner? Do I go up there? If I look up and then he comes from down there, I'm going to have my guard down. Fuck! So sometimes you just gotta like pick good positions so you're not caught in those situations where you're like confused and kind of pinned down. It's such a good game, man. Like I got plenty of other games to play, and I'm looking at my desk. I got my Division there, the Overwatch, Battlefront, Diablo 3. I like to play too, But I'm like, keep coming back to Rainbow Six Siege. At least that's the games I have handy. Then I have a whole other stack. This is so much replay value. Even on the days when it frustrates me, or I'm having an off day. Like today, I had a really good day, and I had one off game, and of course that was the game where I was with the squeakers that would not shut up, and they felt compelled to PM me and tell me how I'm trash. Like, yeah, well, we still lost, and you died, so fuck you.
All right.
But I had a bunch of games where like I had to be the last person alive. I take out 3 or 4 people by myself, So, the thing is, people don't realize everybody has an off game. You have to look at that person's performance over time. But like the last thing I'll say before we wrap up is, if you're in a ranked match, unless someone's really like throwing the matches and like team killing or something stupid, don't vote to kick. Having an extra body, even if that person is mostly useless and they're not like playing the objectives, it's still another target that will distract the enemy. That's all you gotta think of. If they're doing their own thing, they're not communicating, they're not participating, fuck it. But don't vote to kick them. It's pointless. Why are you gonna play down on man unless you really need to? It makes no sense. Anywho, you have any other thoughts?
No, I don't.
No. Who's your favorite operator?
Blitz on offense, and I'm still gonna have to go with Rook because I like the armor. I like the grenades that he has in his kit, and his guns are actually really fairly strong. 2 or 3 shots in somebody and they're dead. And most of the time I can get close to the head or even get a headshot, and it's a one shot. So I'm happy. I'm not really a shotgun kind of guy, so when I do get the new operators, I probably won't get, was it Buck? Or who is it?
Yeah, Buck has the shotgun. But it's an attachment. He still has the rifle.
Yeah, Buck I'll use, but I probably won't be getting, what's his name? The guy, the shotgun specialist.
That is Buck. But the thing is, it's an option. Like, every gun
No, the other guy.
Who had the shotgun?
The other guy. Yes.
No one forced you to use a shotgun.
All right.
Valkyrie's shotgun is considered to be really OP. But they
No,
nerfed
I was
that a
talking
little
about whatever his shotgun is. Never mind.
bit. Blackbeard?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he's assault rifle, so.
yeah. He's got a single shot joint that he uses, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna pick one, and basically I'm just gonna save up as much as I can anyway. So.
Yeah, they say 25K renown is about 100 matches or 25 hours of gameplay, according to Ubisoft. That's about right.
Sounds right.
It's about right. It's not too bad. About a week's worth of play if you're dedicated. More or less. Alright, brother. Take us home. You can do the
Take
abridged
us
version
home.
if you want. Yeah, sign us
What?
off.
I'm already home.
Oh my god.
Anyway, guys,
Crazy.
Yogi, where can they find you? You at on all your accounts?
I'm YogiZilla everywhere. Xbox Live, Twitter, Tumblr, all that stuff. Did I mention Steam? Yeah,
Definitely.
Steam too. Just had a little
And of
burp.
course, I do. And of course, I do want to say for me, you guys come follow me on Twitter at TSC Obi-Wan, and of course the new YouTube page at TSC Obi-Wan Kenobi, and there's a space between Obi-Wan and Kenobi. So, and don't forget, of course, guys, on Twitter, and then we'll have it in other places here shortly, at TSC or at Top Star Esports, all one word, and come check us and just give us a follow. We're going to be starting to, when we have any news, that's where we're going to be tweeting it out first, because yes, there's a lot more places where we can make sure we can deliver the news that we'll have to, but the first initial, it's like the whole gaming industry is on Twitter, so why not? So we're going to follow us if you don't mind. It would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you guys know anybody that like WoW videos, vlogs, send them my way to the YouTube channel. But anyway, HorsePLAY Live is where you can listen to or download awesome podcasts, including allgames.com, Google Play Music, iTunes, Player FM, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio. Please take out a few minutes to thumbs up, favorite, subscribe, and share. Even better, we'd love some reviews and comments, guys. It's quick, it's easy, it really helps us out. It does help the channel grow. We really appreciate all those that are promoting our content. Thank you. You guys like eye candy? We do too. Check us out on YouTube and Twitch, youtube.com/geekyantics and twitch.tv/geekyantics for your highlight. Here on Geeky Antics Network, in collaboration with All Games Radio Network, we have tons of shows that we cover, so we can't possibly plug them all. So go over to geekyantics.net/schedule and find your favorite podcast. You can also go to our flagship shows and our Twitch profile and aggregate feed over at geekyantics.net/podcast. Don't forget, guys, TechnoAxe is the name. Techno with a K. That's where we get all our music, intros, outros. Go check him out. Lots of good music to choose from. And, of course, if you guys are listening to us on allgames.com, the Day Pixel Live Power Ranking Show is up, followed by Knuckleballer Radio at its new time every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to hang out Be sure to hang out in the chat by clicking the live or chat button. And of course, remember, B-Team Podcast is at Tuesday at 9 p.m. I know, double T's. Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on our unofficial sister network, All Games Radio Network. This Obi-Wan-X2, or TSC Obi-Wan, whichever you want to say. That over there is YogiZilla. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Later, taters.